Vodafone presents the pre-match.
And welcome to the ESL Pro League, the finals of group stage here, or at least the road towards those finals. It is a beautiful day in Denmark and is a beautiful day here as well. My name is Astralis. I'm joined by Brainstorm, and of course, in Odense, Denmark, that's where our story starts and that's where our story unfolds.
Tis indeed, that's where all of the teams are currently hanging out, including, happily for us, some lovely Australian representatives. We've got the boys from Order over there, which their first game is going to be against Navi. So rough start, but hey, we've got some Australian representatives over there, and more importantly, some of the best teams in the world getting ready to play at this event, Jake.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And we're not going to kick them out before they start. Order will be, of course, playing a little bit later. But starting off for us, we've got some banger of matches here on the B stream. Now, if you're interested in how Renegades are going to start off, of course, go over there. But we recommend and we expect a lot of people to be with us for the very start right here with Astralis taking on ViCi. And I'm not surprised that we're starting with this game. This will give us a bit of an understanding of how the ESL Pro League will go here moving towards those finals.
We'll talk more about that when we get into the game, but the understanding is that Astralis should just dominate everything. But some good games for us. We're looking at, of course, these B stream games on the left-hand side of the screen. Over on the A stream, you've got all of their games as well, which are, I mean, if you want to watch those, you can go over there. Or you could stay here, hang out with Jake and I, have some good times with some good Counter-Strike, as you should. Exactly that. It's going to be some really good games, I think, and some exciting times.
Yeah, no, but to get to here, excuse me, for NA and for EU, it was a bit of a trying time. Some upsets coming through as well. And as we look at North America and we look at those standings coming through the group stage, no real surprises here, Tim, but I think we still have to weigh it up.
I mean, the interesting teams for me in this group are really Ghost and Ints. Like, Renegades, you can make an argument that they did okay. Maybe would have expected them lower or maybe higher, depending on who you are, but I think that's a pretty good spot for them. But Ghost were on top of the NA standings for quite a long way through there until MIBR eventually came and dethroned them. And the interesting thing about Ints is that they've gotten spots over the likes of Cloud9 and Complexity, who are North American teams that I would have thought would be shoo-ins for this top six.
At least it were teams that we expected to qualify actually making the top pick, where we go over to Europe and a team such as Fnatic doesn't even make the cut here, Tim. This was a bit of a surprise, I think, to many people.
It was indeed. It's look, they had a bit of a rougher season than everyone else, but other than that, looking up at the top end, it's what we've expected, really. Looking at your Astralis in number one, sure, Navi in number two, absolutely. FaZe sitting a little bit lower down, not what we would have expected perhaps, but I think over in EU, the competition's so fierce that the only teams we really wouldn't have expected that could have maybe made this top six would have been like perhaps an Ago or a Windigo, something like that. Yep. Everyone else, I think, you could have made an argument for.
But of course, that's our Astralis sitting in top, world ranked number one, and why wouldn't they be after the success they've made so far? In the Intel Grand Slam, they are leading the charge. They are sitting with 3 wins to their name, and they're now trying to get their 4th.
They are indeed. If you're not familiar with how the Grand Slam works, the info is on your screen. I'm not going to read all of it, as I'm just going to assume that most people watching this are vaguely familiar. But the long and the short of it is that you need 4 wins to get an extra $1 million. Astralis currently sit on 3. They've got to win either the finals here in Odense or the major, IEM Katowice, early next year. That would be a hell of a way for them to top off even their Grand Slam if they can't get it done. But the format they've been in over the last really 12 months is just insane. I think they're in with a very good shot. We haven't even played a game, and I'm willing to say they're in with a very good shot to take out this event and the Grand Slam right here.
Well, also remember that people can play spoiler here to stop Astralis from getting that 4th win. An extra 100K on the line for the team that can make that upset in that Grand Slam, in the finals, if Astralis do get there. But in the EPL, we're into the finals. We have to get there. And we start with this very first matchup with ViCi Gaming taking on Astralis. Now, this is the Battle of Asia. This is the Battle of Astralis, really, because it feels like everyone is against Astralis right now, and even the world can't stop their run.
Speaking of the world, ViCi currently aren't ranked in the world, which I believe is because HLTV only keep ranks up to the top 50, I believe, globally, and then they've got individual ranks per region. But ViCi currently don't have a global rank. There's really no polite way of summing up this game, but I think it's going to be difficult for ViCi.
Look, ViCi Gaming are a renowned org, though. They've got a lot of support, a lot of backbone as well, but so do Astralis, and we know the roster of Astralis so well, we then have to put them up against a team like a ViCi and go, right, where does their roster come in, and what are they going to show us today?
ViCi, they've certainly got players that we've seen a lot of in the Chinese region on a lot of different teams, because the Chinese scene has been going through a lot of shuffles in the last sort of year. In different teams, different groups teams. And this ViCi lineup, we're familiar with a lot of these guys. I think they certainly have the firepower on a local level. Like, statistically, they're actually a really good team.
Yep.
The problem is that Astralis have better stats than ViCi do against the top 10 teams in the world. ViCi have good stats, but against other Chinese teams and other teams in this region. Yep. So the standard is a bit different. ViCi, I think they're in with a chance to get some rounds on the board. I don't think they're going to get 16-3 necessarily, but I think it would be a little bit too ambitious to confidently say, yes, they can upset Astralis.
There's always a potential. The best of one opens that potential for us. With Astralis, when you watch them in previous finals and previous Grand Slams, you go, right, there are some moments. What I'm talking about, holding my fingers up like this, well, you just missed out. It is a slim window for a team like ViCi Gaming. However, in their Asian region, they came through strong. Holding that first position gives you a bit of hope that in a best of one, they can still play spoiler before it's even begun.
Yeah, I mean, it's not quite spoiler until we get to the grand finals, but hey, we're going to end up on the Inferno. It's best of one, the veto. It really doesn't matter. Both teams get rid of their...
I think it matters. I'm excited.
I love that. All right, here's the thing. For those playing along at home, Astralis banned Nuke. Now, for those not aware, Astralis are currently 26-0 on Nuke. They are, if they get another 7 wins, they will be the best. They will have the best single map win streak of any team in all of CS:GO. Currently, that is held also on Nuke by Nip, who went on 87-0 run back in 2015.
Yep.
But that Astralis Nuke ban is literally just, we don't want to risk losing our streak in a rando up to a team we never played before. Let's just get that out of the way.
Maybe as well. And, you know, the record of ViCi Gaming, I don't think it's that bad on Nuke, so maybe just caution to the wind here. But I believe I saw we were going into Inferno. This looks like overpass. I don't know. Valve just decided we're changing maps, boys. We're changing maps. It is, of course, Inferno as we run in. Astralis ViCi Gaming. Best of ones at the moment, starting in the group stage in the finals. And the pistol round's going to be everything here as well.
Already into the pistol round as well. 1 kill going each way. ViCi with full control of mid. Very aggressive setup, but Astralis already getting these kills back on the board. There's 2 quick Glock headshots. Freeman gets another, but it's a 2 versus 3, and the T's can get...
Out. ViCi played very aggressively towards the balcony. Left in a 1v2 device. Not too much HP left, but Freeman going to peek up to the smoke. He does find a quick pop there. Already 2 kills down. Now playing slow towards a B bomb site. Rotate going to come through from device, and a lot of expectations here on Astralis. Pistol round will just set them off nicely. 3 HP.
Device is the sort of guy who can do this, though. Pistol play is very, very good. He's got a smoke to work with, and he's got the bomb down with that CZ in hand. Freeman only needs 1 tap, though. He could even do it through the box.
Just get the elbow, and he gets the head instead. Defuse will come through. ViCi Gaming lead us on 1-0.
They do indeed. It was a very aggressive take of mid there. We did jump into that pistol round a little bit late, but ViCi... I mean, I really rate their setups to this. They're just like, well, we're up against Astralis. They know they're the best team in the world. We know they're the best team in the world. We've got them off guard. So rather than going for any sort of standard setup, they just said, right, let's take mid with 4 players, take all the fights we can, try and get the early advantage. And it did work out for them in the end. It got close. Astralis brought it back into an advantageous situation for them, but in the end, the HP was just a little bit, HP damage even was a little bit too much. ViCi managed to win it out with the superior USPs and P2000s, and they will be going on to the bye here. Got themselves a bunch of SMGs and the single solo M4 on Freeman. As for Astralis, they've gone for a triple AK force buy here. This is a lot more firepower perhaps than ViCi are expecting. The standard with the new economy, with the way that it is now, most teams will save second and full buy third, but Astralis don't want to give ViCi any footing into this game at all. They've got the pressure right back on.
Yeah, those triple AKs, one sitting at the edge of Banana right now. Smoke's out as well, and Molly's pushing up aggressively. Advent and Horman just take it in the air.
That was through a smoke as well, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, there's an interesting way to play it. But suddenly ViCi Gaming down before they started. And things aren't looking good with that opening frag.
Astralis still with 5 players up. Bomb sitting here in apps in the hands of Glaive with that CZ to accompany it. Looks like it will be a setup over towards A, but Astralis only just now giving up the pressure on Banana. Got 4 smoke grenades in hand. While they've got no flashbangs to go with it, it's certainly enough to get them close. Admittedly, close range is where ViCi want them with all of these SMGs, but it's a 2-on-5 over at this A-bomb site. Shokin can drop the bomb right here, and it's against the CZ. That's well-timed, but that'll give the game up. He knows that they're going to have to come this way. That'll trigger the rotate from B immediately, and it's up to the players of ViCi in pit to hold this one off.
They don't know Freeman's here. He hasn't peeked out just yet, but ZoneKing playing so aggressively there. As the bomb goes down, everyone rotates back through, and you can see ViCi Gaming are making the rotate there themselves. One sitting in library, and ZoneKing still underneath balcony with the push out there. Bomb dropped once again. Freeman there just laying into them. It's a 2-for-1, but on the side, ZoneKing, again, a 3K here to start off his round.
It's very well played from ViCi there as well. That could have worked out for Astralis. They got the opening kill through the smoke on Banana and then were ready to posture over onto the A bomb site. But they took just a fraction too long. Glaive caught unawares in apps, drops the bomb. That triggers the rotate, and ViCi able to lock it down from there. Astralis moved a little bit too slowly up through lane. I think being a little bit too careful. Assuming that with the SMGs, someone on ViCi will make a play peeking into them, but it wasn't to be. ViCi just locked it down, held their crossfires. The MP5 gets 3, which is some good money as well. And now, given that one, no bomb plant there or in the pistol, Astralis will... Well, they did get the bomb plant and pistol, but no bomb plant there. They will get, or have to go for the save here.
Yeah, but back on Zoking, he was everything in that round. A quick 3K there. You don't expect him to peek through carpet. You don't expect him to make that play, but ViCi Gaming, that's what they need to do against Astralis. They need to play the unexpected. And so far, so good. Sitting on the eco, Astralis will have to make something of this round, take a couple of guns out of the hands of ViCi Gaming, but essentially a bigger buy than last time. ViCi Gaming, first 3 rounds are going to be a good start here on Inferno. And there was no big surprises when we jumped into this map. And we said it was probably going to be Inferno out of what's going to be banned, even though the new ban did surprise us. And a couple of quick peeks there.
I like it. Astralis weren't being risky with that one at all. It's like, no, we've got a streak to maintain. We're not, we're not losing it in the best of one in the opening game of the tournament. No, we'll play Nuke later when we actually need to win maps. I love this, by the way.
It's best of one.
The sneaky boost in over the smoke for Device. The smoke's faded, so now they're all really mighty exposed, but going to go for it anyway. The utility, though, is good. Allows Orman to get the easy frags against the pistols. Eventually it's traded, but it's 3 kills and a half tag onto Device. That's enough. Or Dupree even. Should be enough, that is, but Shokin can't quite land the spray. That brings it a little bit more expensive. 23 seconds left. Astralis is going to make the rotate over to the A bomb site, but Freeman will get there to stop them and shouldn't have any problem with the M4 against these 2 players with low HP.
K's going to come through Banana as well, probably rotate through mid quickly. ViCi are onto this one. Freeman's here, the peek around the side. That's a low health member from Astralis. The first one down. It's just Magix, and on the side, Dupree joins him too. So 3 rounds for ViCi, but 2 guns out of hand. We'll see how this transitions over into round 4 for Astralis.
Going to go for the full buy immediately. And they need the 1 save now. With the changes to the economy, the extra round loss bonus that you get, you don't need to double eco until you lose a round. Astralis, now that they've lost 3 rounds, almost on max round loss bonus already, which is more than enough to get full AKs out, armor, 4 grenades on every single player. They've got 3 HEs as well. And Astralis, something we always highlight from them is how creative their HE grenade use is. They almost always seem to find either a kill or 80 damage on a couple of players with those. On early push into Banana, very gutsy from Orman, but Glaive's there for the trade, and he's not burning in that molly.
Yeah, that
we'll be able to get a flash out to support him as well.
So push doesn't come through in Banana. And quick rotate over to B. And that soaking is just going to come around. K sitting mid right now with the AWP. And everything's slowed down. So that 1-for-1 trade might work out okay for gaming at this point. Pushing aggressively forward as well. Advent just walks into that flash. Says, no worries, boys. I know they're not coming. Still a bit of utility on the side of Freeman. Walking away from Banana. Astralis push hard towards mid. And K's with the AWP. He's watching the angle. It'll be smoked off, so he loses his position in time.
Gets tagged on the cross from the player coming out of apps as well. Crowd's going to throw the shot in. Freeman under a lot of pressure in pit will mollify the Molotov, but now completely isolated. In fact, everyone on the bomb site has been. There's still players around here for ViCi, but they can't get anything done. The utility locks them out completely. I mean, what else can he do? He can't get out of there without fighting for it. There's already a player in Graveyard. There's nothing he can do. And Zipex is over on top of it. That's going to give Glaive the positioning in pit. And while they're trying to go for a moto boost here, Astralis have already spotted it out and sprayed it down. It's left in Advent in a 1v4, and he's going to have to save.
Oh, they got mowed down. There was no hope there. So Astralis will finally pick up their round on the board. Advent trying to save the M4 over to the next round. Exactly what Astralis needed moving forward. The first 3 rounds were kind of a give and take. But now we'll see with this win if Astralis just push the momentum back in their favour. Again, I keep bringing it up, best of 1. It means that anything's available, even for a team like ViCi over Astralis. All it takes is 1 map.
I mean, that's going to throw the whole tournament into turmoil. If it's turmoil even.
Have fun in the lower bracket. Here's Astralis.
Exactly. Hey guys, we've played 1 game. Oh yeah, by the way, yeah,
best
Astralis.
of 3s now. Are you ready?
Yeah, enjoy. I'm going to find out really quickly, who do Astralis play if they lose this? So if Astralis lose this game, I'm not saying they will. It's I don't even think they will, but just for fun. If Astralis lose this game, they will play the loser of Renegades and Hellraisers. Imagine being Renegades, right? Maybe your first game in ESL Pro League in the finals, right? Doesn't go so well. Fair enough, whatever. Warm-up game against Hellraisers, all of a sudden, bam, Astralis.
Yeah, look.
No.
We'll see how it goes, dependent on this round. Device pushing up.
SG, let's go. Scope player.
Aggressive as anything. We've seen the transition come through. We're taking a bit of damage on the side. Only a partial buy from ViCi Gaming, hoping to get some damage done with these Deagles. But Astralis all pushing up in Banana now. Device just getting the edge through the smoke.
Orman's going for the happy angle there, but it doesn't land him anything. Device being cheeky through the edge of this smoke. Has been peeked, but hasn't been spotted just yet. And he's going to be the contact player here. Here comes the execute as well. The smoke will give ViCi some space and Advent the first frag. Orman tries to follow it up, but the trade should be coming through. There's Dupree with one. Leaves Advent alone on the bomb site now, 1v4.
Hit nothing there with the Deagle. It's up to Advent here, who gets flashed out and headshot. And Dupree finds yet another victim. Kaze on the side. Trying to spray through the smoke, but all he has is a 5-7. And suddenly now playing the retake game. Not sure if ViCi Gaming even want to come close to it. But still a bit of utility in the back pocket, and that'll be their escape.
No, you can't. You can't get close to a site, to a retake like this, against an Astralis execute. Like, they locked out everything on the bomb site with smokes, flashes, mollies. The stuff they didn't, they cleared. The player on the bomb site was only able to find one frag after his teammate got traded, and that was through his own little cheeky one that he threw. Like, that's not going to catch Astralis out twice. They threw their own smokes perfectly. And that's the other thing with Astralis. Like, I mean, there's a lot of things. I could talk about their strategies for days. But just in that example, one thing to look at is the fact that they don't trust their grenades an inch. They threw smokes everywhere, but then they constantly spammed them. You look at the health of Joking and Kaze right now. As much as it doesn't matter into the next round, they both got tagged for 50 just trying to run away because Astralis are actively spamming their smokes as they start to fade, as the bomb is being planted, just trying to make sure that there is very little possibility that ViCi will be able to deny the bomb plan or do anything that might negatively impact the round.
Well, you saw before when we were on the A bomb site just how sneaky ViCi can be. Happy to sit in the smoke, happy to play maybe a bit unconventionally against Astralis. It's a very different play style. And I think Astralis just not taking any risks after how this game started. But 3-2 now. And Freeman, the only one to walk away with that M4. So this round will be very cut and dry. We'll be looking down the barrel of maybe how ViCi Gaming return into this one.
Zipex looking for a bit of info in apartments, and he's just missed the timing on a joking here, but won't be caught out by it. Ready for that push. That will confirm for his team what they would already suspect, is that it is just pistols and the single saved gun. So once again, it's just Astralis running around through smokes, or shooting through smokes, just getting some pressure out there. Well, that's the thing. Right now, ViCi know nothing. They know they've lost a player on apps, and they've got two players around the end of balcony, but they're also just getting constantly spammed out on B. They don't know where anything is going. And while Device is throwing some smokes out here on B, putting a bit of pressure on, he's by himself. Astralis have committed nowhere. The bomb's still in T steps. And that's going to give Device enough space here with that smoke that he can walk up behind it. There's no boost. That's what he's scared of, though. He'll check it, spam it. Now he has to fall back. He's worried about getting swung on by these pistols, but it's another free kill. Able to get to cover as well. Just clinical from Astralis, really. They're just cleaning up. Now they will commit to B. They've got the kills they need. The bomb, though, still hasn't gone anywhere. They've just got players all over the map. It's very clean anti-eco play for them.
Dupree will probably just walk into A, finish this off. And Freeman again trying to save his M4 to the next round. This time might not be as easy. The Astralis, we know. Yeah, it would be a wonder if they got knocked down into the lowers as we start things off.
It's not going to happen. I could honestly... Nothing against ViCi, but Astralis are the kind of team where they could win 16-3 from here, and I wouldn't be surprised. I honestly just don't think it'll happen.
Well, Tim, we got to start somewhere, though, because we got a night of games. We're going to be here for a while. And kind of excites me that we start with Astralis, and then we go down to Navi in order later on.
Yeah, it's our last game.
It's going to be I think the epitome of some sort. Just because, you know, being Australian, it's easy to be proud. And the order, boys, you know, anyway, we'll get there when we get there. Because right now we've seen a bit of a larger buy here. All back in hand of Kaze. See what he can do with it. Just poking around mid.
ViCi taking full banana control here very, very quickly. There would be a smoke at the bottom of that. I haven't seen it, but Astralis do it, so I assume it's there. Or rather, ViCi should have done it. So that'll give themselves full banana control, but Astralis don't care. They're already executing out into the A-bomb side. Freeman's found two, but the trades are there. And in a 3-on-3 with Device ready to hold this flank in from mid. That'll be the bomb down in the bomb site to Astralis. Device is hearing all of this as well, and he'll be the one ready to hold apps.
Well, Device is going to see him in a second, gets instant headshot. A second one there as well. Clean stuff there from Astralis. That was 2 earlier in the round, but Device will find himself a 3K, end it swiftly.
Gotta hit those.
And holding on. ViCi Gaming, it looked so good when Freeman just didn't get caught by that flash.
I'd like to point out as well that I really don't want to be too down on ViCi, but the rounds that they've won were the pistol, which is a 1v1.
Everything before butt doesn't matter, Tim, but go on.
The pistol, which they won in a 1v1, and anti-eco, in which they still lost a couple players, and an anti-force when Astralis had 3 AKs. So fair enough, well done, you beat 3 AKs, then you beat a pistol buy, but the moment that Astralis got a full buy in hand, they've been destroying ViCi. It's not really been close. Yeah. 3 HE grenades, all of them going to go towards Banana, and none of them doing any damage. Device is so far up in front of them.
Yeah, look, usually ViCi able to push through Banana, no consequences. But this time is not the same. And the push through mid, control given over. Kaze just sees that in hand. And peekaboo.
Old sees how to do that. New one, not so much.
Unfortunately.
Glaze already wrapped around Arch. Nothing that ViCi can do. This was only the pistols, so not too much to poke holes in, but they did get wrapped on way too quickly. Weren't ready for it. Trying to save the little investment that they have left. They've got a $300 P250, $500 5.7. Might just be able to get away with it, but already Zipex is posturing in from behind. The remaining 4 players of Astralis are off the A bomb site and trying to chase down these guns.
Survivors, Tim.
No, why would you? Shoking is the only one who might have a chance at winning a 1v1, but that's only if Zipex is really off his timing, and he shouldn't be. They should just be waiting for the push here before he gets anywhere near Banana. And indeed, Jokin's giving himself away, going for a spray battle, but against Dupree, it's not going to work out. 5 in a row now for Astralis. Not really looking under any pressure, but ViCi going to get a good buy together in the first time, what feels like a while. We've got the AWP back onto Kaze, who has had minimal impact with it so far, but another chance.
We saw the AWP there on Kaze a couple of rounds ago, but like you said, Tim, we haven't had a full buy like this in a very long time for ViCi Gaming. And falls all round. Let's see that AWP actually get a pick, because Kaze's just been looking mid and finding nothing here.
It's also worth noting we haven't seen the AWP onto Device yet.
True.
So it'll be interesting to see if he actually feels like he needs that, or if he's just happy enough to
take the aim battle with the AWP in mid. Well, speaking of the pick, Kaze, just the tip of Magisk. I cannot say that. I don't know why I'm...
Magisk.
I just can't say that with my tongue, Tim.
Are you a Magix kind of guy?
Yes.
I believe in Magic, Jake. Do you?
I do.
ViCi might need some.
Well, another opening there for Astralis. Now, where does it lead? Freeman sitting in his usual position. He does get the aim battle with Dupree.
But he loses so much HP for it.
And the jump down.
The immediate trade from Zipex and taking control of Pit as well. Will be taken down by Kaze, but he's smoked off. 2 versus 3. Admittedly, Device and Magisk both very, very low, so this one might be worth going for. But there is still a bunch of utility for Astralis to work with. They've still got 2 more smokes, a flash and an incendiary grenade to lock out this retake before ViCi even get anywhere near it. And with this extra smoke going down, that right there should be when they figure it out and they're just like, yeah, nah. They've still got utility.
ViCi haven't had a successful retake in this game so far, so...
Apart from the pistol. 1v1.
Apart from the
technically a retake.
Okay. Well, either way, another round to Astralis. So this time, now we start saying that for ViCi, things are getting dire. And Kaze with the AWP, he did pick up 1 that round, but the damage onto Magic just didn't translate. That opening frag, maybe a different story here for ViCi Gaming. But as we move into the 9th round, the 10th round, oh, thank you. That restores a little bit of my faith.
Technically, Kaze just won the AWP duel against Device.
Yeah.
Technically. Device didn't have an AWP, but
even though he didn't have an AWP duel, quote unquote. Well, Device has 12k, so I think now's the time. Why not? Oh, it's an AK.
Well, see, here's the thing. Device is also one of the best riflers in the world. He's amazing AWPer, but he's also one of the best riflers. So, like, what does it matter? Why not run the 5 rifles? We've got the SG out on Zipex, so he's got the long-range advantage, obviously, clearly. It's exactly the same as an AWP scope when you have that on hand. Either way, though, ViCi do have the guns. They do have 2 UMPs. And Molly and that smoke are probably a little bit too closely timed there for ViCi. That Molly barely had a chance to do any damage before the smoke put it out, but they're trying to take Banana control, so fair enough.
Really looking to push that Banana control, as you said. Every single round, it's ViCi Gaming pushing up.
This is risky, but high risk, high reward.
Hang on, why not? He finds the opening there onto Device. Molly put out by the smoke. He just runs back. The opening trade. Dupree goes down in the bottom of apps as well. This is the round ViCi needed, and this might open the floodgates here for ViCi Gaming. But we'll see from here, 3 versus 5.
Astralis still so confident, though. They've just let Zipex run off by himself and try and make a play here. He's already found the one pick. Hoping someone else will give it to him, but that just goes down to Kaze. Exactly that. No, it's Glaive and Zipex. We've seen these boys clutch out a lot of rounds for Astralis. These are certainly two of the players you would want alive in a 2vx, but unfortunately for Glaive, the timing won't work out. Would have been huge if he could have got through CT there, but now he will be taken down, and it's on Zipex, one of the best clutch players to touch this game.
1v4, Tim.
He wins these.
Yeah, look. I'm never going to count down an Astralis member. Zipex, the peek through the smoke. Oh, man. He's like, I know someone's there. He'll jump up. He will actually just see the edge. Kaze coming in with the AWP as well, and he'll find the hit. A 3K for Kaze. A much better round for ViCi Gaming. That put... Boy, oh boy. They'll still have enough money to buy. So we'll see if ViCi can take another round, put the economy in a bit more dire straits. Glaive still with 10Ks, so it's going to take a little bit to disrupt Astralis.
Astralis need really, well, they don't need. ViCi need to beat Astralis twice here, really in 2 rounds straight, without losing that many players and without letting Astralis get a bomb down on many kills. Possible. That's the only thing that'll really deplete this money right now for the T side. And we've got Device on an AWP, so Astralis have tried their fast rounds. They've tried a few looser rounds. They have players trying to make plays by themselves, and that last round they did get beat out pretty much individually. Like, it was mostly 1v1s that were won by members of ViCi and mainly Kaze.
It was Kaze, yeah. It was actually landing shots with the AWP. Not to discredit, it was a much better round from ViCi Gaming.
It was. So now we're going to see Astralis go for something a bit more standard for them. Group up, hold on to map control, use utility to force the CTs back. They have established Kaze here, but he will be flashed off. But he is given the kill, though, finds it perfectly on Magisk, and will be able to fall back.
They just don't expect him to still be standing there after all that utility. Opening frag once again for ViCi Gaming. Astralis with the banana push. It's going to be Glaive going head first once more. The peek around the corner. Still plenty of utility there, but Kaze. And ViCi, they see the push coming through, but through the smoke once again, Astralis, unpredictable.
With that. Oh no, they don't know Glaive's here.
But everyone else is coming up from Astralis as well, Tim. And there's 3 members over towards the A side. ViCi Gaming are just going to get run over at this point. Glaive's pushed all the way in. They didn't know he was there. Behind Coffins, they'll find the spray there surely too. And as Advent drops down, it's up to Kaze to get a frag to stop this progression.
Well, we've seen Olaf hit a collat from this exact position with this exact same gun, but it's not going to be the case this time, unfortunately, for ViCi. Going to have to go for a 4-on-4 retake here. There is no more utility on Astralis, so they have that going for them. Normally, Astralis keep them locked out of the bomb site until there's 10 seconds left on the bomb with the smokes, with the Molotovs, but not this case. It's going to have to be down to the gun battles. It's a good flash to try and find their way in, but Zipex stands tall, gets the trade out onto 1 as it comes into a 2v2.
Omen comes through as well. That was actually a big opening frag. Zipex on the side. Kaze just has to turn around. Glaive still here. He's in dark. Will get the frag there, but is there enough time? I don't think there is, Tim.
Oh, actually, maybe.
Oh, hang on with the defuse kit. Only just. Unfortunate round there for ViCi Gaming. And it was Kaze again with a 3K, so even though that round is lost, there is still hope for ViCi Gaming at this point.
It was indeed, and I mean, it's something we see a lot out of these Chinese teams, is that they just go, for want of a better word or phrase, balls to the wall aggressive. Like Kaze there, I suppose an AWPer that's playing the game logically would have fallen all the way back, but he peeks into Banana, gets flashed out, gets a kill, goes to the next angle, takes a shot, falls back, then re-aggresses to try and find another frag. It's very aggressive stuff from him, which is what you like to see, and it does work out for them, finding them some frags, but Astralis, when it comes down to these even post-plant situations, they're so good at just being able to lock those crossfires down and just stay alive and be annoying. Like Zipex in Pit, I'm pretty sure he only got 1 kill there, but he was just there for so long. They had to dedicate someone jumping over the wall to get onto the bomb site, or to get rid of him, even when he's on like 9 HP or whatever it was. And that gives so much time for Glaive to play out that 1v1. Going for the fake flash with the Glock to make sure that player on the bomb got off it, waste the time that was needed. Even though Glaive died, the economy's fine. They've got money for days. They're richer than I've ever been. And they won the round. So they don't really care if they lose all these guns.
CS with the way things are going. Astralis could be heading towards that spicy $1 million.
I'm pretty sure that the last tournament was the core of Zipex, Device, and Dupree, who became CSGO's first millionaires in terms of millions won just from CSGO in prize money.
Oh, because
they're already millionaires in terms of salary and everything.
You get so much money. I mean, brands, all that.
They're already, it looks like this round is dead, so that's fine. Okay. But they're already millionaires, I'm sure, in terms of salary and sticker money and all that sort of stuff. But I'm fairly certain they were the first players in CSGO only to hit $1 million in just prize winnings. It's in the stickers from the major.
Yeah, no. I'm like...
Just making sure that you...
I keep forgetting that that's
a thing.
No, that just makes so much money.
Yeah, I mean, there's not been official figures released, but I'm fairly certain that some players come out and said the average is like 20 to 25K a player, which is pretty insane amounts of money.
What, a year? Or just
no, as in like for the majors. So just from the majors. So like per major. Because
I was like a year. I'm like, well, we're talking this up, but you know what?
Well, I mean, the only salaries that I know are public are VP or the old VP lineup before they lost a few players. They were on 25K USD a month in just salary. Okay. They signed 2-year contracts at 25K a month, and then they drop 3 of those players or 2 of those players. But hey, it's fun.
I think we're finally back though, Tim.
We're back and we're into it. Astralis have won 7 out of the last 8 rounds.
I assume that was a pause by ViCi Gaming after that originally anyway. I would assume that ViCi would have to take a step back after that.
Yeah, I mean, that one was just a little dead round. Like, you heard the players typing in chat, no damage was done, they reset it.
I'm talking about before, because with the bomb plant there.
The tech pause even. Yeah.
Kaze, he's had a bit of a better run. Seems to be the step up here for ViCi Gaming, but on Astralis, Zipex is just having a roll at this point.
He does that.
And you need to shut him down. AK's in hand of everyone in Astralis, and again, Banana just is the most contested part of this map right now.
Speaks to how careful Astralis are that they throw 5 grenades this area Banana now, and they're still shoulder checking it and jump spotting it and pre-firing it. They're just being that careful to make sure they actually get rid of the AWPers. They've been stung by Kaze a few times over here now, and they're not keen to have that happen again.
Well, we haven't had A in a while. Kaze, foot of the peak there from Astralis. And Device, that same peak. He knows Kaze's there.
No, if they're going to go for this again, then there'll be a flash over there, absolutely, to get him off this line. But in the meantime, they're going to let their 2 players over on A make a quick bit of presence. You can already see Zipex and Dupree over there taking a little bit of presence in apps and in mid, but already Zipex going to move over to join his team. Dupree will hang around, try and find cheeky bit of lurk damage, as there's the initial grenades to force you up off the line. Kaze hits a blinder, though. That's glaive down, and that gives the CTs an advantage here. But 40 seconds left. There's still a good chunk of time for Astralis to work with here. The nade over the top doesn't yield what they want. They will now reposition over towards A to go help out Dupree.
Kaze just having such a better performance towards this later half. And now the push comes through onto A. In the back of sight, Freeman's in the usual position. They haven't checked it just yet. Around here with the UMP, does get spotted out and deleted. But Joking's coming around the side.
Not going to get them on planter, though.
The dream. 7 seconds there. It will go down eventually. And a 3 versus 3 retake. AWP in hand. M4 as well on Advent, but it's shocking right now. You see what I did there. Magic spotted out in the side. Device still there as well. These are good peaks here from ViCi Gaming. They have to get rid of Device. 1v3. Does find all 3. Device, you animal. And this is why Astralis are the best team in the world. You cannot leave one person unaccounted for.
That's the second time that we've seen Device get incredibly sharp headshots. I mean, last time that we saw it on his POV at least, it was the anti-eco frags, but he's just so quick at transferring between those. That's so clean. I wish he hit that one there just for the extra pizzazz on the clip, but it was incredibly clean anyway. That's the sort of star power that we like to see from Device. No matter what gun he's on, he seems to always be able to deliver it. Hasn't really felt much of a need for the AWP this game. That's going to force ViCi now. They won the pistol the first 3 rounds. One more after that. They've got nothing since.
Oh, Tim, it's like buying a suit, and then told that you get an extra 2 for free. You just can't believe it. You're so happy with yourself.
I'm not sure about your suit analogy, but
well, I don't think you've ever been suit. Oh, yeah.
If the suit fits, I guess.
Yeah. Well done.
I don't know. This one's just an eco, though. They've invested in a couple of pistols, but Kaze,
I think we've seen some of the best of ViCi here. We've seen what's possible here in this best of 1. But Astralis just look too good individually there.
Well, I mean, it's the case of Astralis figuring it out. Like, the rounds that they've lost, apart from the pistol, which, whatever. Pistols can be 50-50 at the best of times. Sometimes it's just the way it is. Some teams are crazy consistent on their pistols, and Astralis are a good pistol team, but whatever, we'll move past that. The rounds that they've lost that actually... the rounds they've lost in the gun rounds where their opponents have actually had weaponry have been, they lost one to that pit setup where there was 2 players around Haycart and pit. They immediately threw like a bajillion smokes at that the next time they went there. Then they lost a round on B to Kaze continually picking them with an AWP, so they used 5 grenades just to clear top banana, and then another 3 to push him back onto the bomb site. They adapt really well, and they don't stray too far from their own game plan.
To be fair as well, I mean, Freeman's keeping them guessing, and I think that's a good thing as ViCi Gaming, kind of being sporadic. Speaking of which, though, Glaive doesn't read this one. Or Glaive does read this one, excuse me.
Magisk straight through 2 smokes now.
Oh, Freeman again. The peek through. The M4 doing work. The second there, the bomb down on A. Freeman, you monster! Taking in the footsteps there of Astralis. This round has suddenly come crashing down, and it's Device who goes rushing towards 1v3. Do it again, big man. Oof. But he can't. It's Freeman with a 4K that round, and it's ViCi who disrupt the flow.
That said, though, it's only Freeman who's been doing anything on A, and he's one of the only 2 players on his team that's really fragging. Kaze's having a good game, Freeman's having a great one, but the A defense has been getting run over pretty much every time they've gone there, except for Freeman getting like 2 or 3 kills. And yes, I just saw that. Where is it going? He just threw it. Who has it?
Well, is it going back?
Come on, boys.
Handed Device.
Don't tell me that was a misbuy. Come on, actually use it. Oh, they're not looking to alpha them that hard just yet.
Well, it looks like they've thrown it over the wall, I'm guessing.
Yeah, they would have, but that's not fun. I wanted them to commit to
Leave it in spawn, give it to ViCi, why not?
Yeah, nah, don't do that.
At this point, you don't want to give away the best of 1. Last round here on the T side for Astralis. And if this ends 10 and 5, it's going to be okay for them moving forward. Opening kill there from Joking onto Debris. So Astralis now already down a member. This banana control's just driving Astralis nuts. And again, being quite slow in how they check it. Utility out once more. Glaive gets whacked in the face by a molly, but pushing through again anyway. And Coffins may be smoked out, but they're not convinced.
That was a really good position, but he might have been caught out on the timing there. That said, Glaive recovers for 1. Leaves Kaze alone. He's had a good game, and he will continue to have one, though, with a double headshot spray down.
He's in the perfect position behind the fountain, but gets peeked out by Device. The AWP finally in hand of Device once more. A 2v2 they're left with, but they've got to pick up the bomb, and might come down to a retake. Still utility in the hands of Freeman. Orphan back a sight. A crucial round here for ViCi Gaming. Second half might not look so bad if we can even. But it's going to be up to Device on the AWP.
He's cleared out construction. He's looking for a peek in, but actually Astralis have called this bluff. They're going to rotate. ViCi will hear this. They're close enough, they're able to hear the footsteps running out of Banana, and they're going to rotate as well. But Astralis will beat them there. They're still second-guessing. Freeman will get over there. He's had really big impact on this A-bomb site, but I don't think he'll get there fast enough to deny that plant as long as they go default. And yeah, no, he will not be stopping that one, but he does actually drop Glaive. That leaves Device in a difficult spot. He's got to go for the bomb plant, exactly that. He's going to fake it to draw out 1. The player jumps through the smoke a little bit too late. He can no longer plant the bomb, and ViCi, they'll take the 6th round. Keep that half to 9-6. And that's not bad from them at all.
No, especially the way ViCi were going. It just looked like Astralis going to run over them in that first half. But a good recovery there from ViCi Gaming. And now in the second half again, it doesn't look so bad as they move on to the T side. Maybe there's been a couple of rounds here by ViCi. Big step-ups individually by Freeman, by Kaze.
That's the thing that I was about to say, though. Like,
what are you about to say, Tim?
I was about to say that for ViCi, the big thing that's been working for them, it's been winning them rounds, is Kaze getting 2 or 3 kills in the B-bomb site, or Freeman getting 2 or 3 on A. The other 3 players, while, you know, it's always rough playing against Astralis, but it comes down to if Freeman or Kaze get a multi-kill, then the rest of them can work it out. If not, they're just getting rolled. So, coming into the T side, I think it's going to be... Certainly see a lot of Kaze having some great impact on that T side AWP. That could be interesting to see if he can get that one going, but against Device, who is probably one of the best, if not the best, CT AWPer in the world. There's certainly an argument to be made in terms of skill of Device versus Simple, and we're not going to get into that right now. We'll talk about Simple in our last game of the day, but in terms of CT AWPing, and people have made tons of videos and analysis pieces about this, but Device's repositioning is just so good. If he ever has to fall off an angle, he never does it without giving up either damage or passing over either damage or at least utility. He's always ready to fight the next angle. He never just gives up an entire area of the map for free. Either way, though, enough about that. Moving into the CT pistol for Astralis. Magisk peeking out into second mid. Will hit the shot, drop the bomb. That gives up the strategy. And this one already, 2 kills going the way of the CT side. Looking pretty rough for ViCi.
Not exactly how ViCi wanted to start this second round after the entrance out of the last half. Or exit, I should say. For ViCi Gaming. Kind of hinges here on this pistol round just to get things up and even. Astralis might have already secured it. And it's Magix who will find this peak mid. Around the corner, the first one's there. But that's a trade, a 1-for-1 at this point. Won't matter too much. What just happened?
Astralis rotated completely off B to cut out that. They thought, all right, they're going arch. We know they can't be anywhere else. Let's just make sure they can't wrap through mid to B. Why not?
It's like I guess I can't name the game. Can I name the game? It's like in COD. When when you're playing, not Russian. No, what's it called? In COD. You're all gillied up.
Yes.
Everyone loves that mission. That's the best mission.
That is a good one.
And you have to take out the 2 enemies simultaneously.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That's what that was.
The 3-2-1.
That's what that was.
Yeah, that's what it is. Either way, Device continuing to be a scope player. We've all made tons of jokes about players being scope players, and Device is a big one. I'm not sure if he said that he was a scope player or a zoom player, but regardless, he's had the AWP, the SG, and now the AUG in the first gun round, and why not? Might as well. Now they're only $50 more expensive than the counterparts.
At the moment. Yeah.
Did you? Oh no, you didn't. You wouldn't have been around for AUG Apocalypse, would you?
What, when it started or ended?
It was a period. There was a period of time in which about a week, a couple of years back, when the AUG was insanely OP because Valve were like, yeah, let's buff the AUG. That's a good idea. And so the way that you would win maps on CT side is save to drop your top fragger an AUG, and he would get 4 kills for you every time.
Right.
Like the fire rate was just insane, and there was no recoil, so you just destroy people.
I've been around for a while. I just haven't been here for a while.
It's good. It's always fun. As much as it makes the game a little bit weird for a while, it's always fun when one gun is just unbelievably OP because the meta just shifts entirely for like 3 days. Anyway, speaking of the AUG, they're going to funnel into it. No armor. It's all Glocks. This should be pretty easy pickings. And there it is. Mow down. Zipex steals the ace, but
Zipex
hey.
is an absolute... I'll let you fill that in.
I love how you start talking about Zipex when Device gets 4.
It's all
against...
Like, Tim, watch this again.
Yep.
I mean, Zipex is a scumbag. Give him the 5K. Why not?
I mean, in fairness, Zipex would have actually got more money. But,
no fairness.
Fairness? All right. Nothing about it.
No fairness.
I mean, if it was... I don't really... I mean, if I'm playing and someone steals my ace, then, I get aces once every 3 months. So if someone steals an ace that I'm about to get, then, I'm not very happy about it. But if you're Astralis and you're up against Glocks, you really don't care. Maybe a round you might, but either way.
Well, we're in that gun round, Tim. So let's find out if ViCi Gaming can start making this comeback happen. Best of 1 again. And Dupree, it's just going to be up to him again. And Device just got the clutch, but utility out. Device might be overrun here a little bit. Pops out the molly. Kaze and Orma just walk into it. Still on the AWP. They push into the A bomb site here. The unexpected once more, but Magix holds the angle. On top of the box, he finds the opening shot. And ViCi Gaming are getting torn apart. Once again, a 3 versus 2. But look at the health there. And on the A bomb site, it's now up to Astralis to retake.
And look at the players who are alive. It's Kaze and Freeman. These guys have caused all of the problems for Astralis, and they're continuing to do so. Freeman finds 2. Now it's all up to Zipex. 1 versus 2. One of the best clutch players in the server and of all of CSGO, or at least of recent CSGO. But he gives himself away with the grenades out. Going to be very difficult to deal with this now. The flashbang out, trying to get into pit, but he will get taken down. It's Freeman with all 3 in the 2v3 and 4 in the round.
Boy, boy. That was Freeman with a 4K. And Tim, you're exactly right there. It just looked like Astralis were going to get an easy retake.
Watch Dupree just hold W into apps now. 100%.
Astralis drop a round, but it's not over just yet. Max 7. Here we go. Dupree, you impressive, man. I want to see you use that big gun.
It's actually quite small. It's not very long.
I mean, it's thick. It's got girth.
Sure.
That's the main thing. Oh, Zipex. That's not something you see every day. Just walks through the molly.
It must have been a double. Either that or there was a grenade there, because you don't die to a molly that quickly normally. Glaive's just done a lot of damage, and that spray not quite enough to finish off Freeman, but nonetheless, he makes that situation favourable for Astralis once again due to the HP, but the timing not going to work out for Device there. We'll be taken down by Joking. There's Dupree. Here's the moneymaker. He's going to find himself almost 3 kills. Eventually, Freeman trades it back and gets the A-bomb site for his team, but Glaive's already here and Magisk's on the way.
Well, this time Kaze's not alive, but Freeman is. He's low, but Glaive's coming in from the side of mid. A couple of peeks through. Glaive gets tagged, but it's not over just yet. Plenty of utility out here. Astralis might have to find another way around.
That molly will fade before they're really under any pressure in terms of time, but still buys some space. Ormond's moved out of pit and up into graveyard, and he's the high HP player, so he's got to find this engagement, and he will get Glaive. Leaves Magisk now. 1 versus 2, and he looks like he's getting out of this one just due to time. He's going to fall back. Maybe he moves around to pit to try and grab some damage, but no, he's just going to force these players to save, and they are out of there, so they'll hold on to their guns, but there's another one for ViCi. Works out well.
Never mind that. Yeah, for Astralis. Starting to drop a couple of rounds here, starting to ask a couple of questions. How ViCi Gaming are going to progress forward, but this time it might just be that one gun going through. And off the back of this back 7, I mean, that's what you want to see.
I love that as well. He's just like, he's trying to get around the corner. He knows the third player is there. He's like, please, just let,
But if he got that third frag, maybe a very different round there for Astralis. Different round for ViCi Gaming.
Now he's going to try it again. They're going for a force buy here. Only on a couple of players, but trying to keep the money low on the T side, because that's the one thing that'll really give ViCi a solid foothold back into this game. If they can get their economy set and be able to get multiple buy rounds in a row without too much pressure on, then that's when Astralis might have a little bit more worry in this game. So they go for the SMG, the shotgun, the saved M4, a couple pistols out onto Device and Zipex, the latter of whom is already going to retake top banana. There's not really much that ViCi can do about it. The smoke's down. They'll have to fall back, but they want to move over to A, and Dupree is so close with this shotgun. It comes down to the timing.
Joking, going to lose his head. There it goes.
You just don't expect that.
You really don't. Dupree runs back to site, but the push finally coming through from ViCi Gaming, and looks like A is... Well, I'm back now. Zipex sitting around here with... That's what you want to see. A one-for-one trade's not too bad there, Tim, especially this round for Astralis. Glaive, he peeks his head around the corner, but gets shot away from balcony. It's Orman with a great position. Dupree gets another. This might be okay for ViCi if they can get this kill on site, but they can't. It's left with a 1v2. And Advent now has a claw back here with the Glil on the back of pit. Device, you sneaky devil. He finds one, and Astralis just got away with murder in that round. Quite literally.
They went for the stack incredibly early on. It was gutsy, but with the utility that they threw in top banana, because they threw I think it was a nade and a smoke in top banana from the hands of Zipex and whoever was over there with him, they hear the footsteps, or Zipex hears the footsteps running away, and they say, right, we've got limited guns. Our best chance to win this round is just to stack everybody on A.
Yeah.
We've got utility in top banana, and we've heard them running away. They haven't really hit us with a single fake yet all game. They have repositioned from site to site a few times, but they haven't yet faked one site and run to the other. They've just changed their mind based on util. So based on that, Astralis are able to say, they're not here. Chances are they won't be here. Let's put everyone on A and try and make the crossfire work out. And they did. ViCi go for a tactical timeout to discuss what their options are,
what
really.
The hell just happened? Yeah.
Astralis are getting dangerously close towards the later stages of this game into getting that win. ViCi have no money, as that's what I was talking about in the start of that last round. They don't have the money. They haven't been able to get their economy rolling. So while, for instance, some players, like Advent, has tons of money, Kaze spent $1,300 and that's $300 left. So we had like, what, $1,700 coming into this round, something like that?
Tim, you're talking about Astralis being dangerously close towards the end of this round, or end of this best of one, but danger's not really the word I'd use right here. It looks like safety is starting to be the case here for Astralis, and after that round of the full buy, Device sitting mid with the AWP, doesn't get that opening shot. Now the push coming through. Maybe for ViCi Gaming, the momentum can come through too. Advent Norman, remember, they've got the buy here. They're going to be crucial. The push is stopped, though.
I love the setup for Astralis as well. They send Magisk up into graveyard just to make sure that no one pushes around. But as you can see, on A, they're completely unconcerned about Arch. That's because they have Glaive all the way down Banana, and Zipex is sitting deep in construction just to lock down that flank. They weren't concerned at all with letting ViCi through Arch. Yeah, we'll deal with it when they get there. They can have CT if they want it. They're not going to make it into A or into B without running into some of our players. Yep. Now the push is starting to come up Banana, though. 5 guns going into it.
Some of these risks playing out well. Zipex here sitting in on the side. Gets the smoke down, but already losing one friendly. Zip sitting here. Oh boy, it's happening again here, Tim. Ooh. 2 kills there. Magic sitting back. And around that ViCi Gaming. Maybe could have clawed through with that takeover on B. Doesn't work out so well. They're going to move on.
Going to reposition over towards A. Admittedly, it was a nice shot from Freeman with the Deagle to run in and pre-fire that and just stop the reign of terror that Zipex had before it got any further. But They're going into A.
That's why it looks so good.
Dupree can hear these footsteps, and he will call for one teammate to come over. Device is on his way, but Dupree should be able to deal with this one by himself. Orban goes for the B-hop and will buy enough space for Freeman to get in, but Device is there for the trade in the end.
Orban was like, you know what? If I'm that fast, he can't shoot me.
Well, the thing with that is, right, that's never about not being shot. Because if there is someone inside and you jump in like that, you're going to get shot. But what you do is because the player has to aim so far away to actually track you. Because normally, if you just run into the site, the player on site would have just killed you and then held his spray on that corner to get the second player. But because he has to aim so far to his left, he actually can't turn around in time, and that gives the space for him to go down. So it does work. I mean, fair enough. It actually has a decent chance of getting you the trade. You're not going to get away with 2 players alive, but you can get that trade straight up. True. This is gutsy. Dupree making some cash.
At this point, ViCi Gaming need to pull something out because it's going to be the 14th round going over to Astralis. And after this round, ViCi might have to call it quits. We'll see. There's another buy for them after this.
2 players have gone down for Astralis, but those 2 had SMGs, so money made. Not going to be concerned at all. Orman and Advent, not much to do. No armor. P250 on Advent. They've managed to recover one of the SMGs, and they could get the other.
So always standouts in this roster of ViCi Gaming, but when you talk about a cohesive unit, you're talking about Astralis. You see the difference in I guess, macro. I don't know if you use that word, Tim.
We can. We can use that word if you like.
Good.
I've never used it personally. It makes sense.
I personally think that for a team like Astralis, you can see the difference in macro there. You can see how much smoother their rotations are. ViCi Gaming just trying to play this harsh, aggressive style. And they've had to slow it down in this round. Zipex maybe caught out a little bit.
Yeah, he's fine. He'll get a smoke out to cover himself there. He doesn't really care. Orman tries to go Speedy Boy again, but Device is waiting.
ViCi. No, thank you, Tim.
Go on, we want to tell you a story about his name after this, but...
well, I think we'll get there.
Just
a little
so
bit.
Much time.
Well, we'll get there eventually, and Zipex cleans up that one. Okay, this is a round for ViCi Gaming. And I'm being very ambitious by saying so, because Astralis are just striding towards that victory here on Inferno. Our first best of 1 on the B stream. Looks to be ending, well, depends on this round.
Pretty soon.
Yep. And Galil in hand of Advent, that's all he can get away with. A bit of utility on the board, but you look at Astralis, full hand in hand.
The thing is, though, Advent could have gone for an AK there if he'd bought no grenades, because that's easily over $1,000 of grenades in his inventory, but he's chosen to go for that instead. So, ViCi, you've chosen to get all of this utility. How are you going to use it? I want to see
Freeman.
Not Freeman taking 1 billion damage from a Molotov
He's
first.
burning
He's
alive.
dead.
That grenade's going to kill him as well. Actually, Zipex gets there first, and look at the utility damage that's just come out of the side of Astralis.
Something they're so well known for.
Only a push out of mid can save them now. And it's Dupree looking down lower at, but Orman gets peeked out as well. Shocking. That's what it was. It was shocking. And it's a 3v2 left. Peek up from Device, sitting back. Molly's going to go out. Smoke here to cover it. Still a bit of utility to play with. It's all out in the works now, and the bomb does go down. So there's hope for ViCi Gaming, but Glaive through the smoke finds one. A 1 versus 3. You're hoping for the best. Advent with the Galil once again in a similar position. Out of the back of pit, he gets the second. Looking to get the 3, but he won't find it this time. ViCi Gaming trying to hold on so desperately, but that could have been their last stand.
And that's one of those situations where you think if he had an AK there, oh, that could have been it. I mean, sure, the utility that he had helped him get into that situation in the first place, so it is pretty pointless to play that game, but it still would have been nice to see him have that gun. Oh, man, look at that KD on Device. 1.84, 180 R for 2 players.
Zipex utility damage is great.
It is. Also, that EF is enemies flashed, so his utility's just been insane. He's got 250-ish damage with grenades, and then 18 enemies flashed. It's good work from him. Not much of a standout on ViCi either. 60 ADR, I think.
Team Astralis, best team in the world at the moment, and they're on their road towards their 4th title win. Getting that Grand Slam. Add a mil to the list, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's on the line here, and they're not going to be losing to ViCi Gaming.
So good.
Yeah, Zipex with his utility. Once again, the peek through mid with your devices here once more. You try to go aggressive. Orman pays with his life. The last member alive is Freeman, and he's sitting here around mid going, how best should I die here? I'll pick up a smoke on the way that's just rolling towards my departed, but sitting there with the AWP, everyone's waiting. Device finishes it off, and Astralis move forward in the best of 1.
A 16-8 win for them in the end. Very well played and really about what we expected from Astralis.
Yeah.
There was a few rounds that, a few more rounds I think maybe than some people would have expected that ViCi were able to win, but pretty much all their rounds did come down to individual plays out of a few of their players, out of Kaze, out of Freeman. And the rest of the team couldn't really get too much done, whereas Astralis, it was fragging as a unit. Zipex was the standout on 24, 25-ish kills,
Something like
but I mean, for Astralis, no one ever really has a bad game. They all did their jobs fine.
I mean, we talk about device there with the 1v3, like the hold on A was everything there for Astralis. But again, we weren't too concerned whether they were going to drop this best of one and jump to the lower bracket. I think for ViCi, though, there were these moments that you were like, okay, there's a reason ViCi are here, so I expect them maybe to make a bit of the lower bracket run. But again, if you're going up against a team like Renegades, or depending if they win or lose, you're then saying, okay, what does ViCi look like in the face of them?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. They've got to play the loser of Renegades and Hellraisers. So that, I mean, maybe there's a chance for them in that. I think it's going to be a pretty difficult match for them no matter which team they end up against. But, I mean, maybe. We'll see, right? You know, we'll find out. We'll figure it out. There's certainly potential for them. I mean, the 8 rounds they got were pretty decent. It was some decent aim out of a few of their players, really, that won them those rounds. But it wasn't all, you know, it wasn't all one-way stuff. I mean, that last round was incredibly one-sided. Astralis just shut them out so cleanly. But, you know, there were some decent signs there for ViCi. And I don't think that they're going to be too disappointed, really. You can't be. If you don't get, like, 16-3'd by a team like Astralis, you can't be too upset at the end of the day.
Which it could, realistically, after the 5-6 rounds in a row.
It could have been. It could have been 16-3, honestly. After ViCi won the first 3 rounds, that could have been it.
But there were a couple of quick clutches. This one here from Device kind of made the cake. And he ate it too, I tell you what. I just showed you the difference in skill as well. And at the end of the day, yes, we're complimenting ViCi. We're saying, you know, they put up a great fight. There were moments like this from Freeman that made us think, all right, cool. ViCi have still got some spark in them. The 1v3, Omen did help out there. But there was still signs of life, and that's important moving forward in that lower bracket for ViCi Gaming. But Astralis, of course, they move forward.
Yeah, I mean, I just did have a quick glance to see what happened over on the A stream there. If you've been here with us, you would have missed that Renegades Hellraisers match. And as it turns out, it was quite a quick one. Hellraisers destroyed Renegades 16-5 on Mirage.
Well,
which is not what you expect, but that means that our next matchup for ViCi at least, they'll be going up against Renegades in a best of 3 later on.
Yeah, but that is going to be Ints versus Big coming up next as well, so that's what we're going to be progressing with. We'll keep you updated on ViCi and Renegades, but that'll be in the lower bracket. We are going to have a short break when we return, coming up with that next match.